The MJH High Resolution 1100 Scale Barbados 6 form was a very delightful kit to build. There were parts prone to breaking, just parts falling off easily, or very tight fits, but overall was a very fun and enjoyable build. The details are comparable and not the best, but it was enough to show what the Barbados is made of, the monster that it is. While I recommend you buy something different, this kit is great as it is and was a very decent experience overall. I really hope this video is capable of giving you some insight of what kind of kit this is and giving you any idea whether or not you would buy this kit or not. And if you would like any more Gundam content, please let me know down in the comments. And while you're at it, like and subscribe, and please enjoy the video. And with all of the pleasantries out of the way, it's time to get into the build. This is all I have. Like I said before, the socket ball joint is too tight, and with that comes the stress mark on the socket joint. The head can go back that far and down that far. There's also this that likes to move a lot. Full 360. This can go up. These things are in the way. These don't really have any glue to them, so they can just easily pop off. And you can move the arm up that far. So you can twist them like this. Twist them back like so, and then this part can twist on its own independently. So I can do this. Arm has only one elbow joint here. It can also rotate on the elbow. The hands are attached via ball joints, so that's a whole 360, and up and down movements. It can only spin this far. The reason being the design of the waist is limiting it. The side skirts can only do this much here, right here, up that far, down that far. These are fixed, you can't move these. Kick up that far. We just need to remove that and it can kick up that far. It has a very high kick. With the side skirts, it's only limited to that. See the difference? This thing is fixed so it can't move any further back. You do a beautiful spread. Beautiful spread. It has a double joint on the knee. Like that. That's how far it goes. The thighs are capable of doing a 160. Watch out for the peg attaching to the feet. The stress marks indicate it can easily break off. It can spin like this. Be careful with the knees. It's gonna need a lot of looby doobies. As you can hear, it is very painful to do this without any lubes. Any plastic lube, you're gonna need that a lot. The feet can restrictively swivel like this because of the armor getting in the way. It gets restricted. It gets restricted here. It has an amazing ankle pivot. The armor, thankfully, is not blocking it. That far of an ankle pivot. The ankle can lean out this far and back that far. Time for the backpack articulation for the thrusters. The thrusters can do this. You can pull this out, that can swivel that way, it can do a full 360. This has a swivel joint there, over here, down at the base of the backpack, and at the base it's also capable of spinning a full 360. I'm gonna have to warn you about a little part of this backpack. You see this tab here? Make sure this thing is on top and not in the middle of those two white tabs, because if you don't eventually insert them here, these white tabs won't have any leeway, they won't stretch, so they would fit here because of this black piece here. So you're gonna wanna do is put this up here so these two tabs can have enough leeway to stretch and fit on here, as you can see. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna break it. That's basically what's gonna happen. This one last problem I have is gun hand trigger finger is the only thing that fits on the katana. All the other hands like this will not fit. Whatever you try, it will not fit. This won't even hold it, and this is just a close fist variant, so you can't do anything with that. The only thing you can do is to scrape or file down the plastic to make the hands hold the katana. I really like how the 6th form armor looks. It's very detailed and has a lot of articulation on the shoulder parts, but if there's one thing that I want to complain about is that it easily falls off. The shoulder armor and the chest armor is not connected to anything structural. The chest piece armor is just connected by two tabs attaching on top of the 4th form armor. That's just it. It's just two tabs. It's not connected anywhere else. The shoulder armor is very versatile. This part opens up like this and makes leeway for the arms to move. These flaps open up like this, allowing it to move even more, and is pretty much an amazing piece of armor. The only problem is that it doesn't attach to the frame as securely as I would like. Like I said, this tab is the only thing that connects it to the armor, and it's not capable of attaching or clipping in, which allows it to fall off very easily, which is the only downside of this shoulder armor. The six form armor on the hands are pretty nice. The blue plate thing can easily fall off though if you're not careful, but it stays where it is. The hand cannon attached on it is very floppy, but it stays there, so I guess that's fine. You can use a little bit of elbow grease to get it to tighten up. Uh, uh. Anyway, the waist thrusters are very nicely attached. Thrusters on the waist are very nice and strong. They're very tight. It doesn't fall off easily, and it's very, very articulated. I really like how it looks. This part of the thruster swivels like this. These black pieces of plastic here don't do anything. They're just attached to this part, not very securely, if I might add. The new 6-form leg armor, these new high heels Barbatos has, are a little more articulated than the first ones. Mostly because it's a little more open in this area, which allows it to bend a lot more easily. And overall, they pretty much still retain the same form of movement, just more enhanced because of the space the 6-form armor allows it to move upon. Time for the T-Rex Chainsaw Mace, possibly one of the most creative melee weapons I've ever seen. It can swivel around this part, not completely, but just partially. And to open up the mouth of the T-Rex Chainsaw Mace, you only need to push or pull this out, and it can open up like this. But you gotta be careful, because if you pull it out before opening the mouth, it can stay locked and not move, possibly damaging some parts. And the chainsaw tongue can also move, which is very sick. Very amazing. This build was overall very satisfying. There were times where I got confused or a little frustrated, but I got through it all, and I managed to build something that I really liked. I hope this video was very informative and helped you in deciding whether or not you should buy this, and I wish you all a very happy new year. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.